I'm Jivan Gonzalez, and it's my pleasure to welcome you back to LewAllen Galleries, located in Santa Fe's Rail Yard District, where we bring the gallery to you. In this early summer edition, we begin with an important new show from Jivan Lee, who has gained a reputation as a leading contemporary painter of the New Mexico landscape. Praised for his intimate connection to nature and physical plein air painting, Lee is celebrated for his vibrant use of color, textured application of paint, and introspective approach to his subject. Lee's new exhibition, Arboreal, focuses on the tree itself as a primary subject matter, a logical extension of his successful landscape paintings. Trees have always occupied a special place in the imagination and possess sacred meanings in numerous religious and folk traditions. They symbolize the cycle of growth, death, and rebirth. The image of the tree of life and the tree of knowledge are foundational in many mythologies. Lee's engagement with the single tree as subject, rather than just a larger landscape, represents a fascinating evolution in his painting practice and complements his works featuring trees as part of a larger tableau for which he has become well known. In both his broader landscape paintings and these new works that focus on the single tree, Lee reminds us that our spirits soar when we encounter these living sculptures, literally walking into a state of well-being among them. In Lee's writing about the tree, he notes, "The Big Bang is in a tree trunk," and says that the trees are woven in our sense of place, of safety, and even our own inner beings. Even in this very moment, as you and I breathe in, and as Lee says, "Thank you, oxygen, thank you, trees." One of the highlights of our summer exhibition season is a show of new work by Boston artist Ben Aronson. Recognized as one of America's most respected and evocative painters of the contemporary built landscape. Entitled Cities, Ourselves, this exhibition is a wonderful array of works set in New York, Paris, Venice, and the Côte d'Azur that illustrate the artist's masterful, loosely painted evocation of shapes, atmosphere, color, and light. These remarkable paintings convey the quiet ebullience of captured moments in these legendary cities, as well as other places such as Los Angeles, Chicago, and San Francisco, also included in this show. Aronson's signature synthesis of realism and abstraction expressively translates everyday forms of urban settings into resplendent and engaging arrangements of geometry and motion, light and shadow. His expressive painterly style is characterized by fluid yet restrained brushwork. Aronson says that his main objective is not to capture physical likeness, but rather to aim for the most concentrated form of a powerful visual experience. His gestural application of paint, while underpinned by remarkable precision, conveys his imagery through suggestions of implied movement and space. Aronson renders his sophisticated works with the use of fleeting glimpses of movement and evanescent light. The geometry of the city's forms alternately sharpened or blurred into areas of evocative impression and hard-edged shadow. Aronson masterfully recognizes that less is more. Rendering the faces of people passing in a crowded crosswalk with nuanced ambiguity and architectural features in distant structures with restricted detail, the artist allows the viewer to muse and interpret, enhancing the ability to forge a more personal and gratifying emotional engagement. Now on view in our Pavilion Gallery is Bay Area artist Henry Jackson's exciting new show of abstract paintings entitled Evocation. Alive with energetic mark-making, bold applications of spirited color, and vital interactions of line and shape. These sumptuous paintings reveal a multifaceted tension between figuration and abstraction, instinct and intention, body and spirit, impulses that have come to characterize the generative process at the heart of Jackson's aesthetic distinction. Although known as a brilliant abstract expressionist, Jackson hones his work with alternating degrees of figuration that emerge in ways vaguely familiar to the viewer. Jackson says about this that once seen, the figure can't be unseen, and that it is present even where it is not obvious.
I've discovered that when you present an audience with works that are abstract, a certain level of viewer commitment is required, I think, to participate. So in all of my work, the figure is present, and even in some cases where the figure is not obvious and one might possibly find it difficult to ascertain, I know that the figure is there and has been a part of each of my endeavors. They are a part of my adventure. And in my work, the energy of the human form is always present. I basically need something physical with which to amplify meaning within my abstraction to provide a greater sense of narrative.
Jackson's saturated colors are generously applied through energetic brush sweeps, splashes, and glancing dashes of pigment. Awash in rich texture, Jackson's canvases and works on paper are alive with the implied rush of sensory detail, invoking the extraordinary detail and beauty as though seen through a kaleidoscope. In our second floor galleries, we have on view lush works by Bernard Chaet, the distinguished American modernist plein air painter of robust, tactile, expressionist landscapes and seascapes. In addition to being a painter of major importance prior to his death in 2012, Chaet was also a chaired professor of painting at the Yale School of Art and, for some years, its head. The internationally prominent art critic and author of more than 100 art history books, Edward Lucy Smith, described Chaet as one of the most respected names in American art, noting that his painting virtuosity and uncanny ability to turn color, texture, and shape into emotional experiences qualifies his canvases as worthy candidates of important collections of contemporary paintings. Chaet's works are known for their energetic palette, expertly variegated surface qualities, and a sustained resonance between compositional rigor and daring improvisation. Chaet's paintings are included in the collections of major public institutions including the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Hirshhorn Museum, the Chicago Art Institute, the Boston Museum of Fine Art, and the Smithsonian Museum of American Art, among numerous others. Thanks again for joining us as we bring the gallery to you. Visit LewAllenGalleries.com to view these works and many other fine artists we are pleased to represent.